Okay, Kitty Pies, it's May 29th, 2024. This is the update on the 60 bug restoration, and finally getting down to the final stages before paint. And this here, what you're seeing, this is the final primer. And this week I went up and epoxy primed all up and finished up the rear shelves here. Finished all that up. I still have to seam seal some of that. You can see here, I got the under the package shelf all nice and epoxy primed, looking really good. It's really hard getting up in here, up in these areas here, but I got it up on the lift, so it makes it a lot easier. Sanding all these little areas, it's really hard to get to. I still gotta seam seal that area there to make it look better. So, getting up in here, getting up there is really hard. Spray gun doesn't reach everywhere. Getting up in here in these rain gutters here, that's hard to get. So it's looking really good. Even though most of this is gonna get insulation, covered with insulation, I wanted it to be protected and looking good. So today I came in, I wanted to seam seal all my joints here where the cross members meet the rear package shelf. So looking really clean because I taped it off first. Oh, I see right there, I missed a spot. I gotta touch that up there. But this, to me, is the most important step of the whole restoration right here, because if you don't do this, moisture is gonna get in there and sit and cause rust. So this panel here is separate from this, so I seam sealed all the seams on that. Okay, these holes here had seam sealed them up so no moisture would get in there. I'm going to put a rubber plug in this one. You can see here. Let me put this down, I'll show you. So what I did is I seam sealed all these cracks up in here. Okay, all up in that rear package shelf to that quarter panel, all the way down. And I seam sealed that cup in there, both sides, in and out. And then when I let it set up, and then what I did is I took that Pour 15 from Tip Tools, took an acid brush, and before I started all this, I treated all up inside this lip here, because the spray gun doesn't go up here with the epoxy primer that good. I did that first, then I seam sealed all my cracks. You can see there, if moisture gets in there, it's not going to get up in there and cause rust and sit. It's going to run down here and run down the rain gutters. So that's seam sealed there. I seam sealed this here on the rear engine shelf area. Seam sealed all these cracks up here. I even seam sealed up here where the bolt goes, because there was two panels meeting there. This is all seam sealed all up under the quarter panel here. Once you get paint in here, I'll take all this and clean all this up here. But I seam sealed all up in here. There was a couple holes here in the quarter panel. Seam sealed here where the heat channel meets the floor. Seam sealed the lower quarter panel. I still have to do the outside here. But that'll be a lot easier than getting in here. Once again, seam sealed all up in here. And once again, that lower quarter panel there. So, and then when I was all done with seam sealing, I took chip guard, masked everything off, and I lightly coated chip guard on the back side of this to cover all the little possible pinholes I may have missed from welding, etc. And it even actually, I sprayed it in kind of heavy up in here, fill in some cracks if I missed with the seam sealer. So see how I just masked that off there, chip guarded all that where the welds were possibly could have been. So when I get paint on that, that'll look really good. Okay. So this is what I use over here. I used 3M heavy bodied seam sealer. It's a 2-part with a hardener. It stays flexible for life. You use this gun here to mix it. They have air powered guns too if you want to use those, but once it mixes, you have about 10 to 15 minutes to work it before it gets hard. Really good stuff. And then this is the Transtar chip coat. You know, I like this. This isn't like a bed liner, and this isn't like an undercoat. This is a chip guard. It's really thin. It flows better. This is what they put at the bottom of new cars to prevent stone chips from chipping the bottom of the cars, and they paint right over that. So a lot of times you have a hard time looking to see if it's really chip guard under the paint there sometimes. I know on Toyotas, the Tacomas, they chip guard the bottom probably 6 inches of the whole truck, keep stone chips down. So, okay, kitty pies, looking really good up under here. Get paint in here, it's gonna look really, really nice. Okay, just an update, and hopefully in another couple months, this thing will be starting to get paint on it. Okay, bye.